Hello and welcome back to the Discovery Workshop ASMR, and today I'm just doing a little video update on where I'm at with my Tamiya TT02. So without further ado, I'll get into it. So at the moment it's almost all ready to rock and roll. It's all going, and it's looking pretty good. But one little concern I have of this is the rear wheel. This wheel, it's a little bit wobbly in comparison to this one. I took it out and checked if I, forgotten to put a ball bearing in, but not sure enough, there's a ball bearing in there. But the difference is I actually, in one of the ball bearings, I added a little bit of grease. So I don't know whether that changed it a little bit, where it's got a bit more going on in there. But hopefully it'll be right. I guess it's more wobbly on, slowing down than at high speed. Other than that, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, I got the steering and the motor all going. It may sound a little bit funny, but I think that's because it's got an aluminum pinion. So I'll boot it up and show you. So there's the steering. So it steers all right, and the motor, and reverse. So she's going. And I had to tune it right back to only 25% on the throttle, if you see there. If you can see, so I've pegged it right back because it is pretty powerful. At first I had most of the power in reverse, but I managed to have a TT02 around, and I managed to correct it, so all the power should be now, when you hit the throttle for going forward, as opposed to reverse. So yeah, I've got the gear cover to do, so I've got to figure out figure out getting like a rubber seal to prop it up a bit, to keep all the lubricant, all the grease all in around the gears, because I think that's what the gear cover helps, because otherwise it's just splattering grease everywhere, and I don't want that. I want the grease to stay on the pinion and the spur as much as possible. So I guess that's where the gear cover is still quite handy. It's not going to be perfect when I do get the gear cover fitted, because it's not going to be like a perfect seal over everything, so the stuff might still be able to get in, but I'll do my best. But it's looking pretty good. I had a bit of trouble with the servo. That screw came out, and then was having trouble steering. So I just used some of this real runny kind of super glue, and I sat her up like that for a bit till the glue, adhered to, the if that's a word, but yeah, until the glue actually set properly enough, so it's fine. Yeah, because I don't want to have to take the whole servo out and try to fix a tiny screw on it. Seemed like a bit of an irritating thing to have to do, but anyway, yeah, I forgot to put the little foam thing underneath the servo arm, and I think I see what that's for now, because like if you get a stone flick inside there, it can probably interfere with your steering. So yeah, it probably pays to put that little sponge thing in underneath the servo arm, and that should stop any debris getting underneath of it and building up and affecting your steering. The other thing is the battery. I had to get the battery out of I had to get the battery that I use for my DHK Maximus, because the battery I use for the Rlaarlo, the cable's on the other side, so it gets in the way of where I wanna put the clip in. So I couldn't use the other battery. Oh, a second. I'll show you what I mean. So that's the Rlaarlo battery there, and as you can see, this wire's on this side, so I can get the clip in. But with this one, the wire's on the other side, so it gets in the way of where I got to put, where I got to secure it down. So yeah, little bit of a problem there. But the batteries I use for my Maximus, they're fine. Yeah. So the next thing I've got to do, after I've sorted out the gear cover, is I've got to figure out, I've got to get this body painted, and also I'm going to do LEDs for this RX-7 body. It's going to be this metallic blue color, that color there, and it's going to have LEDs, light buckets and all that, and it's going to be pretty cool. But I want to do stealth magnetic mounts in it, so that's why I haven't put the body posts in. So the body posts here, that's a step I skipped, because I'm doing proper stealth magnetic mounts, because I just like being able to go clunk with a body, Lexan body on the chassis, and just go for it. Yeah, but I will add a little bit of Velcro at the front, because the Velcro does hold it on pretty well. So that's what I've got to come back to. I jumped a few steps and then went back. Yeah, it's coming along quite well. The next one I want to do is where the next upcoming video I think I'll do will be doing a bit more of a drive around with it and a test and that. I plan to buy a GoPro camera that I can fit to my head and film that way. So that should make it a bit easier. So yeah, once I've got that body painted up, I'll do another video on it, and yeah, so but videos will be coming on painting this, so I'll be getting that cut out and painted and all that. So that'll be what's coming, as well as sorting out the body posts on this. Oh yes, the other thing, I've got to get this wire out the way, so I'm going to probably use some ties and tie it down at the front there. So that's going to be something else as well. There's a few little niggly things to sort out, because this wire likes to get in the way of the roof and all that, and it just needs to be held right down like that. And so I'll probably use some ties, make it like that, and make some kind of a wire thing. Hopefully it doesn't get in the way of any steering. I'll probably put it there, and hopefully it doesn't get in the way of the battery or the steering or anything. I'll figure something out. I usually do figure something out. So yeah, so that's probably all I've got to talk about with where it's at with this. I can't think of much else. But I'll do a little test on the floor so my viewers can see how it's going. yeah, I'll just pop this out the way. Just skimming over things to see if there was anything I needed to mention. I'll just move this around. Just seems to be okay. Ain't got a lot of space in here. Ooh. Yeah, so that's worked out. Seems to have worked out all right. I was a little anxious about whether I had the gears meshed properly, and whether the motor might blow up on me for some strange reason or whatever. But I think I'm building my confidence with this hobby, so it's a highly satisfying hobby, and I think that's all I got to talk about with this. I think I'll wrap it up here. So please like and subscribe, and over and out.